Welcome everybody back to the iBUYPOWER Invitational. That's hashtag IBP invite on Twitter if you want to get those tweets going. We're on map 2 between Cloud9 and Optic Gaming. Optic Gaming have got 3 rounds in one map. Hopefully they'll get more than that here.
I would hope so. They definitely need to, otherwise they will get eliminated from this tournament. This is a single elimination best-of-3 bracket. This is the quarterfinals, of course, and yeah, Optic would be going away pretty early if they can't get things together. They're going to be going for a very quick execute into the A-bomb site here on the pistol round, but Stewie2K has been able to deliver the first blow. So Cloud9 do have a slight edge here, but it's starting to kind of even out as it's a 2-on-3 now, but Optic is favored.
Surprised Skadoodle kept taking that battle. I thought for sure he should have just backed off after getting his 1 kill. Got a bit greedy, but even still, it will even up as Shroud comes up under the stairs and finds 1 more kill. He'll start to fall back. Freakazoid has been pushing forward, but the timing works out. Shazam is able to peek him. And Freakazoid himself was looking for DAP. So now all on Shroud on 25 HP. Can't hit that man on the site and actually needs more bullets. So he goes back in for a USP of Freakazoid and will fall. So already, Optic Gaming doing way better.
Absolutely. Getting the pistol round, that'll definitely set them up to have a good start here. They will go ahead and start upgrading their guns. A couple of AKs already out. They will get a couple of SMGs, though. The MAC-10 usually being the primary choice. It's the cheapest SMG in the game, and it still nets you that $600 money bonus, so certainly worth grabbing. So you are going to see Cloud9 force up, though. They will go ahead and get the double scout. They will get the upgraded pistols as well, so a pretty heavy investment. We do usually see CTs force buy second round if they lose first, but this is one of the more aggressive force buys, I would say. You're really putting a lot of money into it.
Good success they can have is we got I believe I see someone jumping, and yeah, it'll be Shroud with that jump scout over at B, and he's just trying to bait them in, set the trap with Freakazoid.
Probably the most effective position for the jump scout in the game.
Yeah.
That's maybe Dust 2.
I mean, Dust 2 overall is not that good. It's just at A.
Yeah, that A platform. Jumping with any gun is kind of ridiculously dangerous, but we are going to see Cloud9 actually get the man advantage. And they keep it.
Wow, nothing finds Naf, who's trying to work his way out of Palace. Now here's Daps at A ramp. He's found 1. Took a little bit of damage for that kill. And another good jump spot. I mean, just behind that CT box. He has been spotted, and a nade will land right on top of Skadoodle. That did a lot of damage. Skadoodle, though, not discouraged. He will just keep on jumping.
Yeah. Now that he has no HP, that's probably the best thing you could do as far as safety measures go. But we are going to go ahead and see that bomb rotating back around over to upper B. But is Freakazoid still pushed up here? He could actually cut the bomb off. But no, he's actually kind of backtracking towards middle. That's causing enough for Ruckus at A to hold these players in place as well. So this bomb will get in the B for free.
That's a big kill from Freakazoid at that distance with the CZ. Finds a headshot onto Dap, and then he lights up Shazam, killing him. Now it's Stan who hits the shot, and he survives unscathed, but he's left in a 1 versus 1. He will have the advantage. Bomb going down. Barely even enough time before it went down with 8 seconds on the clock, and Shroud coming into this has to hit a headshot, or Stan really has to blow this opportunity.
This is going to be really difficult for Shroud now. He'd have to hit a pretty quick headshot with the scout, and he hasn't even really tapped the bomb. He's trying to hunt around and find the player. Now he will find it, but cannot get around. Aim punch gets him even trying to react, and Stanley's Law will close out what was a very scary round. A very expensive round, though, for Optic. They're going to have to rebuy a lot of players, so they're not going to be able to build up as much bank as they were probably expecting to be able to do. Cloud9, of course, will have to kind of just give this one up to make sure they get a nice full buy in the next round. So Optic should get the 3-0 start despite some of the fright that they experienced on that round.
Optic Gaming start off this game with as many rounds as they got on cash. Assuming they survive this one, which they should. Naf already, ooh, maybe a little too quick to pull out the bomb. I don't, really? You get 1 kill a day, you're like, it must be clear, I'm gonna pull out the bomb.
Well, the bomb's down way at upper B, so I don't know how that's possible.
Oh, just kidding. I thought I saw him. He jumped in the air and switched to something.
Oh, okay.
And then I didn't see the bomb on anybody.
It's fine. It's fine.
My bad. And
I was just super confused. I was like, wait, what? All good, man. All good. That bomb is going to be going down to the B-bomb site now here. 3v2 for Optic. A lot of damage being dealt with Shazam there on the catwalk, but he still finds the frag and Stewie left alone. In a 1v3, he shouldn't really be able to win. So yeah, Optic will get that 3-0 start as we expected. Stewie maybe just hunting for an exit, see if he can't find a free gun to roll over to the next round.
Whoa, Stewie, that was weird. Tries to stay alive, but Shazam from above. He'll stay with the P250. So 3-0 for Optic, and now it's Cloud9 who won't even be off to the best buy on their first rifle round. I mean, at least they will have the guns. Did they even get out to an op? I'm not even sure.
And that's kind of the repercussions of going so heavy in the second round, right? Like, normally you do see force buy. When they went double scout and everything, that really does limit your cash here in your opening gun round. So that's why there is no op, there is less utility, and that's going to feed into Optic, as we're going to see them go for their standard mid-control stuff. This is a map where Stanislav's more active. You know, on Cash, he was more of a B lurker. This map, he is very much involved in getting control of areas, and this is where Naf really kind of takes over more of a lurk roll over towards the A side of the map. But Freakazoid able to get aggressive here, get into ladder him, I believe, and catch Shazam. So it's a good start, and now nothing coming in on the rush. So very, very nicely done by Cloud9 to disrupt that mid.
And Freakazoid even going to come away with one more kill. That's his second on the round, left at 12 HP in ladder. Smoke to go down. Naf, you know, he sends his shot, hoping to catch Freakazoid running out, as he did, and then Skadoodle from window, hearing those shots, getting that information, brings down Naf, sits him down in that little chair, conveniently placed in that corner, and dabs out of underpass 1 versus 5. You will find nothing, but Skadoodle's right there on top to make sure nothing gets out of control, and a dominant round there for Cloud9.
I think Nothing's kill was actually pretty big. I mean, he only got one, but if you think about how it happened, Optic actually put that smoke on the opposite side of connector, which we're seeing a lot of teams do lately, because it's a safer smoke to throw to be able to get up catwalk, where you don't really have to worry about maybe one in the middle of the stairwell that could have a gap that CTs can spot over. But Nothing pressed that smoke, and there was that second smoke there actually, and he was able to peek over it and grab a kill in the middle, and that really just kind of further aided what Freakazoid was doing to really shut down that mid control from Optic. So that was really well done, and they're going to steal a round away right off the bat once guns are purchased, and now Optic will be on a much lesser buy here. They do still have 3 AKs, but a couple of guys just on pistols, definitely less utility to work with. They are looking to do a heavy A execute, it seems. 3 players gathered up outside the ramp, including the bomb. So maybe just a late lurk at mid from Stanislaw, where he just pretty much plays mid no matter what on this map, it seems. So he might try to slip in there late to catch some rotates, but I'm definitely going to have a slight edge here.
Yeah, Optic Gaming have given up really all map control. They're very fortunate right now that Cloud9 haven't really made a play for any information. Freakazoid has actually gone off catwalk in the middle. Nothing is seeing nothing in underpass, so they realize that nothing's going on.
Ooh, nice
and it's
counter.
going to be over to A, and it's a telegraphed push as well, so the Molotovs go down. They try to throw this kind of closer smoke wall onto the site, but Stewie's moved up to the triple box, and they've been kept at bay for a long time. Another flash there from Stewie's going to keep him blinded up, but Shazam hitting a crazy Tech-9 shot. Skadoodle did chime in with his op, but now Rush moving forward. It brings down Nothing with the headshot. Skadoodle going to get some on the cross, but missing that shot. One that he should not have missed. That would have made the retake possible. 3-on-3 instead. It's Optic still with 4. Here's Shroud to even it up. Everyone went for post plants over here at Tetris and A ramp.
The Cloud9 starting to work their way in now. Skadoodle going to find the frag onto Naf. And now it's all up to Dat. Stuck at Tetris, only grabs one, and Cloud9 going to take it. And a couple of big things that happened that round. Cloud9 had a very well-timed counter incendiary. That's why they got so delayed. So as they were planning the bomb, their smokes were already beginning to fade, which made it much easier for Cloud9 to start their retake immediately after the bomb was planted, rather than having to kind of wait the smokes out. So that timing can sometimes really have a huge impact when it gives you less time to, you know, get safer post-plant positions. I mean, luckily Skadoodle missed a shot, which allowed them to get towards A ramp, but Cloud9 still able to, you know, make the retake happen there in the 3v3, and now Optic running out of cash. Yes, they do get a bomb plant, so they won't be on a double save or anything like that, but it's giving Cloud9 a chance to get an early tie in this game.
Yep. Deagle comes out at middle. Rush will put some damage onto Skadoodle, tell him not to peek the window, and he'll keep mid control for his team. And you actually had the bomb going over in the B halls, but it looks like a call has been made. It's all coming back through T-spawn. You have 2 people now, 3 people actually going up into Palace. I imagine someone, probably Daps, will have to go out A ramp, and still you've got Nafly here at the top of middle.
They still got that Deagle out there trying to see if he can't find anything. Skadoodle actually has taken some damage over there, but he is able to back off with his life. Freakazoid, meanwhile, going to push Cat, trying to see if he can't get Naf. And here comes that push out of house, as you mentioned. Stewie, though, on top of the box, avoiding fire and getting a frag.
Yeah, it looked like his head was probably still going to get burnt. I don't know if he was taking damage from that fire or not, but It ultimately goes down to a pistol. And some people taking damage, but overall, flawless round. Well, good round and a team ace, which I love to see. Everyone doing their part there for Cloud9.
Absolutely. Optic going to be back onto a full buy now, though. They can even get an op on Shazam if they so choose. He certainly didn't have much luck with it over on Cash, but hopefully for Optic's sake, he can dig deep here and find something with it, as he is going to be heading with his op over towards middle to actually just challenge Skadoodle directly. That smoke is going to be there so he can actually cross to the mid boxes, maybe jump up on top of them and peek Skadoodle, but Skadoodle knows this. He's not going to give him the angle. He's not going to swing wide. He's going to just stay back, and now he's going to worry about underpassing the cat cross, so it's kind of a stalemate, but meanwhile, Freakazoid's gotten in the ladder room again.
Yeah, he's really showed an affinity for this position, getting in here quite a lot. Will Stan expected. Oh, almost an unfortunate weapon switch. He moves back and Stan clears the angle perfectly. Jumps in and takes Freakazoid out. And now Daps moving up Cat, dealing with the man at the van. They know he's there by the white van. And Skadoodle coming in with those op frags, jumping out the window of Market and hitting one. But then brought down by Nafly. It's Shroud on the site still, buying that time for the rotation. Nothing's thrown down a Molotov, jumps through the window, took a lot of damage, and goes down actually without making any impact on the round. And maybe they're going a little too fast. Bomb's not even gone down, and they're just flying into the site trying to retake. I think that's a bit misplayed, and Stewie2K says hello, Shazam shoots him.
Yeah, so Optic actually runs the exact same tactic they ran on the first gun round. The difference this time was they actually were able to maintain mid control. They didn't let Freakazoid have his way with them. They were able to take him out in ladder room right away. Also, Nothing wasn't able to push connector and get anything done, so Optic were just able to really secure that middle, use it to split the B-bomb side up Catwalk, and they have a pretty convincing win there. I mean, yeah, Cloud9 did maybe throw some bodies a little bit too, rapidly, but nonetheless, it was well played by Optic, and we are going to see them now immediately after a mid attack, going to go straight to a quick A execute. So they're really changing the tempo of this game. They're kind of mixing their plays up. They're keeping Cloud9 guessing, trying to stay dynamic in their play, but Stewie could just put Shazam right here and get this kill. That'll certainly put a damper on this round.
Yeah, well, now he's in the best spot ever. No one else was in Palace supporting that, so when Shazam dies and gives up the op, it falls apart. Nothing goes in for a kill and one more dink. Actually found 2 kills on the round, and Freakazoid with the touchdown. He'll take down Daps. He completes the pass. 4-4. It's tied up. And again, Optic Gaming.
It's like every time they gain an inch, they had to take a step right back. I mean, as soon as they win a gun round, they just immediately get reset. So this round, they're not going to have really much to work with. This is where Cloud9 can start building their lead. Luckily, Optic will be right back to buying next round, though, so it's not like they have to save for too long. They still have a decent 4 rounds for the moment, so, nothing to really worry about just yet for either team.
Dewey hitting the shots. We've actually seen him taking the op a couple times. Saw it on Cash a few times. We're now seeing it here on Mirage. He's taken away 2 already. Granted, Optic Gaming are on just pistols, a couple players with armor, but does that really matter when you've got an op? Same damage either way. Freakazoid taking down Shazam here from the catwalk. Freakazoid's actually been quite good, pushed up on Cat, and then also working himself around in that ladder room. Causing a ruckus over here at mid. Dan gonna try to set up for this one dig through the sliver, but Freakazoid delivering a sick headshot.
So Optic not really gaining much ground in this round. The op of Stewie2K was able to slow down any type of initial pushes, and now Freakazoid has again been able to make some plays up this catwalk area. Rush is all left alone here with just a Tech 9 bomb, not even in the equation at this point, way out of reach. So he's just looking to see if he can't find a kill or something, but he's been spotted. Skadoodle will be able to react accordingly, and there you have it. Cloud9 up 5-4, but again, Optic will be back to buying here. They've proven that they can take over mid control. They've been able to do it 1 out of 2 times. But actually, they won't buy this round, which is smart. They want to make sure they can get that op again and make sure they have full utility, so they will elect to take a second save, despite having enough money to AK armor up if they had wanted to. They aren't going to do that, and given what the score is, it's also understandable. Like, they're not in a panic situation yet.
Oh, Skadoodle missed it. Was going for the window to catwalk jump, which is
pretty nuts.
Always sick, but unfortunately he will drop it, so he just sets up an underpass, and he's got support from above Stewie2K, so both of them wielding ops out there in the middle. And here we go. Shroud is trying to bait them into Freakazoid. He's barely alive. Freakazoid actually striking first. He finds 2 and 3, actually. As Shroud unable to do anything, but at least he was spotted and took the focus of Optic Gaming for a little while as they just try to dump in those nades.
They're
Not
separated
checking
from the
corners.
bomb, though. Like, a guy already pushed all the way to the bench, and his teammate with the bomb actually died at Van. And now you have Stanslaw trying to play the long con play, but it's like they're aware of it. They already even put an incendiary in window, kind of anticipating that there might be some type of shenanigans like this, and nothing's actually kind of even out here looking for it. Now Skadoodle's wise to murder hole over here, so there's virtually no chance now for Optic.
Yeah, and the bomb being down up top is so much more difficult. You'll have to hop up on the barrel, then the van, then over to the apartments. Surely you'll be spotted or killed by that point. And Stewie's just going to go in for the information play, but Mouse 1, you forgot to shoot, Stewie.
Yeah, it's like he was about to unscope, and
Yeah.
so he got blindsided there by Rush. And now they have 2 rifles. They have a 2-on-2.
Got the
They
bomb.
can safely get the bomb because, you know, Stewie 2K was the only real guy to defend against it. And now all of a sudden, it gets a winnable round for Optic.
Wow. And Stan coming away with the shot onto Skadoodle as he picks up that op. It's all going to fall onto Nothing, who is not checking his right side. I thought there was going to be a peek from Rush, but he actually decided to pull the nade. He gets the AK back out in time, though. It will peek. Nothing killed. Not even expecting it. So Freakazoid was there to try to shut down that Tech9 train, and he got 3 kills. But I think Cloud9 really dropped the ball.
Yeah, I mean, the biggest thing was Stewie 2K dying there. I mean, he had the angle, he had the op in place. That should have been an easy frag catching the side cross, but he missed. Or he didn't really even take the shot, rather. And that's huge. That's a huge round for Optic to win. That definitely gets the fire under them, I think. A little bit of extra morale boosting going on there after winning a round like that. I thought I had no chance at it, but they somehow collect it. Now we're back even. I'm not even hurting a little bit for Cash. 2K just on a 5-7 shot on a scout, but Freakazoid, he could bust this wide open as he's going to push Catwalk, grabs 1 kill, but quickly traded. So well done by Optic to get control of middle.
That smoke was just starting to fade, so he pretty much used all the time he had. So Freak only coming away with 1 kill. That's not really good enough from the CT side when you want to make those aggressive plays. Not sure if anyone... I imagine Skadoodle was supporting him in the window, but now that Freak has gone down, he's going to rotate and bolster the defense over here at the B site, where Shroud does only have a scout. Nothing. Oh, as I'd say, almost getting a kill for free, but Shazam doesn't quite reveal himself and then checks his connector. Won't
Look
miss
at
the
this though
shot.
from Stewie 2K.
Can make a big play, hearing these steps.
This
But he's
is
not fast
so
enough on the
big.
peak, and now it's like he's got to make noise himself to run around.
But if they
that
just
and
sit
drop.
here and wait long enough, he can slow walk up still and still blow this thing up.
He needs them to actually make a defense. Shroud's fighting over here at the murder hole, and now Stewie is in that location to make the play. He's going to pick up the op. Hopefully he'll shoot it this time. Doesn't get a chance. Naf obliterating him, and now Skadoodle from Ticket. He sees that nade coming in, but he can't get out in time. He will go down. Steph Curry apparently playing for Optic Gaming. And now Shroud, he can jump scout to his heart's content. Flashes and utility going in. Does take Naf down and then finishes him off here with the P250 through the box. Bomb not yet planted. Shroud still trying for this. Bomb is on the ground. Oh, and these jump shots and flicks from Shroud. He's like, you know what? Forget jumping. I'm going to go in for the op.
Plant goes down just in time. Shroud still on the other side of the smoke, making it aware that he is certainly here with all the spam that's going on. So Daps is kind of using this to try to get in a better position. He actually just sticks here at the box, catching Shroud completely off guard, who thought he had probably moved away. And so the mind game's going in favor of Optic here. Now they're up 6-5. He was trying to go collect a gun there, but it got blown away. And, yeah, they're in a good position now. They have Cloud9 onto a save, in fact, so this is looking much better from Optic.
I mean, nice attempt there from Shroud, but unfortunately couldn't get it done. First kill is pretty sick. 6-5. Optic Gaming back in the lead, and I think on their T side are doing enough this time. And at the very least, we'll get to see more of Cloud9's T side. Nice little flash through and an aggressive play at A ramp, coming away with just that 1 kill. Bomb up in Palace, actually. And Stanizal having to come back from the middle.
Yeah,
and I think this is smart from Cloud9. Get out of there with the gun and a kill. Man advantage, but back off. Don't just try to hold that location, because you were probably going to lose out.
Yeah, they actually forced Optic to regroup probably faster than they wanted to, and they have to give up a lot of map control, and look what's happened because of it. Shroud's been able to push up. He's guaranteed that there's nothing upper B. This allows him to stack pretty comfortably in the A-bomb site with 3 players without having to really fear too much. Nothing in a good spot as well. This is a position that sometimes is a stone that goes unturned, and if that happens here, he could really kind of further push this round along for Cloud9.
Unfortunately, Naf once again bested Stewie, although he did have a lot of advantages with that Kevlar. Bomb will go down. Freakazoid, potential playmaking here, and well, okay.
He set up a play.
Yeah, he let Naf kill Rush. That has brought it into, once again, Shroud. Not really much of a chance for redemption in a clutching situation because he was in a pretty bad situation both times. But he will be able to get away and save this op, and that'll help Cloud9 going forward into round 13.
Absolutely. So there you have it. Optic up 7-5, but Cloud9 did make it expensive, and money is pretty low on Optic, actually. So despite the fact they'll be on a 3-round winning streak, they could be immediately forced to save if, in fact, they lose this next one. But I would say that now that they've gotten up to 7, they should feel really good about this map. Even if they were to lose out, short of momentum being lost, they would already have, you know, a comfortable amount of rounds.
So into round 13, I imagine Skadoodle will go with this op. Doesn't really have a great spawn to get to window in any good timing, so he'll break the vent and he'll still go scout it out. But the catwalk smoke has gone down. He'll take a shot and nearly connected. Get one nade out. Shazam's gone up under the box. We've seen him do this a few times. And we've never actually seen Skadoodle peek wide and give him that angle. But Barrel was spotted there. And Shazam a little distracted. Almost went down. Then Skadoodle peeks. As Shazam was ready for it. Even still.
Man, I like the idea of, you know, to get nothing out there, pull Shazam's attention so that Skadoodle can step out and find the frag, but Shazam did not bite on that bait at all. Waits patiently. Now he's been given 2 frags at middle, just really bolstering up the control of middle that Optic now have. Rush coming underpass to connector as he almost always does. He hasn't really been needed in this position, though. It's mostly been people like Shazam being able to find a lot of frags. And they're going to take A now. They have players coming up A ramp and Palace. So, I mean, Cloud9 are pretty much locked out of this round, I feel like.
Yeah, nothing in Shroud over here in window. The jungle's on fire. Optic Gaming have dropped napalm on top of it. And nothing's just going to get the heck out of here. Shroud's still standing and fighting. He will take down Shazam. They took down most of the Cloud9 team this round.
Yeah. I mean, that's just Shazam doing a lot of big things. And it's good to see that for Optic's sake, because certainly he wasn't having any type of effect with it over on Cash, but he's been really big on helping them get control of middle on Mirage, which is Optic's staple. I mean, they are very much a mid-control style team. They favor it much more over, you know, doing the heavy side executes, and short of losing that first round where like nothing in Freakazoid kind of just tore through them, they've been successful every other time, I feel like, that they've approached middle. And that opens you up for more, right? When you can establish that foundation, like we can get mid-control, we can make good plays, and then you can start bouncing off and doing other things.
Damn, Rush. So sick. Quick little jiggle peeks. I thought nothing was going to have that shot in the bag, and then he just got wrecked. So he's gone down. And what was saved? The op was saved by Shroud. So 5-8 right now. Naps going real fast. Optic Gaming looking a little bit inspired. They know they're not up against a strong buy, and they've already taken down that op, and they've traded out effectively enough. Rush is a little low, but now, nothing was able to cycle the op, so he'll have it again. That's Dap's Pit Viper being put to work against Optic Gaming now, but the smokes are coming down. Molotovs as well. That's going to force Shroud to move. Freakazoid over here on the steps, and nothing back at CT, still a little smoked off. Shazam will take down Freakazoid as they start to push up. Crowd's still pretty underfunded. He'll flash up, try to get the P250 to do work, but he can't. Here's nothing taking down Daps. Like getting spammed up through these boxes over here at A. Nothing down to 17 HP. His location very, very known to the bomb planted. Look at Rush just trying to inch his way back into a post plant and comes away with a kill anyways. Optic Gaming up to 9 rounds.
Yeah, even now the A defense is beginning to crumble here, which is usually Stewie 2K and nothing. Like, Stewie 2K is usually kind of anchoring the site, nothing, kind of more of a rotator and connector. Both those guys are the ones kind of having the rougher game when you look over at the score. And that's starting to really hurt them a lot, because, you know, Optic, they've had all the success at middle, now they're also having success with these heavy A executes. And now they're up to 9 rounds. We're in the last round of the half. Skadoodle gonna get brought down by rifles. Dapsons and Stanislaw both there so quick. Both spam into him and take him out right away. Freakazoid was looking to get aggressive on the catwalk and see if he could make a play, but now a smoke's up, kind of blocking his vision, and Daps is even throwing some fire through it. And so Optic set themselves up pretty well to take themselves the final round of the half, but nothing does get at least 1 kill. But I mean, it's quickly traded.
Yeah, but I'm not even sure what Shazam saw there. Looked like they were playing around in the smokes on Catwalk. Shazam got Freakazoid, but here Shroud and B brings down Shazam. Shroud and nothing on red HP right now. It's 3 on 3, but it's certainly an advantage of Optic Gaming. Rush is able to clean up that kill onto Shroud. B now right for the taking, and it'll be nothing and Stewie on that rotation over. Both are going to come through market. Nothing's already shown his hand. Brought down Rush a little bit lower to 11 HP. Wasn't able to get the kill, and Rush was able to plant. That would have been massive if he killed him on the cross. Rush peeks out once more. Will go down. It's even now. Stewie out the window. Nothing able to jam in another magazine, and he's ready to go. He'll jump out, but now Stewie's been taken, and it's nothing. 1 versus 2. Doesn't even bother checking bench. He knows the player's up in apartments, and he'll assume the other one's at the white van. And it was Stan.
Oh, Optic. I mean, what started out as a really close game. I mean, at one point the score was 5-4, and the rounds were kind of back and forth there for a moment. But right here we see a 6-round winning streak at the end for Optic. Some of the things they were struggling to do at first, you know, such as getting control of middle, they were able to hammer out and get in their favor, and they started pulling a lot of rounds, and now they have a pretty big lead. They move over to the CT side. Again, this is another map where Cloud9 has at times gotten themselves, you know, 10, 11 rounds on the CT side, but struggled to close from the other half. I think the most recent example of that would have been when they played against Tempo Storm on Mirage. I can't remember if it was the Malmo or the Katowice qualifiers. I remember watching that game, and they would have like a big CT half, and they just couldn't find anything on the Terror side. Almost didn't do it against Renegades, too, at the major qualifier. They did wind up actually closing, but it was a tough road, and now the problem is they come into this game and they don't even have that big CT side to kind of prop them up. So it's going to put even more pressure on them to have a brilliant T side when they can certainly have troubles doing so. At least that's been the trend.
At the very least, we get to see Cloud9's T side, as they played so well in cash that they didn't need to show us anything at all.
Yep.
Just 2 rounds and they were pretty much done. But now with 5, if they want to win, they'll have to put up 11 rounds from their notoriously weak Mirage T side. They only get like 20% of their rounds here on Mirage on their T side, which is not a good stat. 22.7% of the rounds on T side.
Ouch.
They're going to dig deep for this one.
Yeah, if they can win the pistol, they'll have a chance to start it out, but they're just going to get immediately found out by Stanislaw. Palsy gets 3 kills. No one can trade him. That's unforgivable. Cloud9, oh no. And now the round's over. Stanislaw literally by himself won that round with that Palace push. You've got to be able to trade that. You've got to anticipate that as being a possibility, and they just didn't. And right after he gets the 3 kills, the server kicked him out. So he's got to take a pause here to get Stanislaw loaded back in. He just broke the game, literally, for himself.
Yeah, it would have been... I also thought for a second that he was even going to get that 4th kill onto the man that was running into Sandwich.
Yeah, that would have been
quite the clip for Stan.
Oh, yeah. That would have been a front page moment on the subreddit for sure, if that would have taken place. But that might be kind of one of the final nails in the coffin of Cloud9 for this map, letting something like that happen. I mean, you got to win pistol to kind of start mounting your comeback. And it definitely fell apart there.
Yeah, although this was to be expected. We talked about it in the pregame when the vetoes were happening. The Cloud9 really needed to just secure that win on cash, and they certainly did. They did it so much, in fact, that we're like, all right, maybe they just win Mirage 2. Going against our better judgment. But in the end, it is Optic Gaming who didn't forget how to play Counter-Strike. They are here on Mirage, and they're doing well. Dominant pistol around the start of the second half, and it was already a dominant first half. So here they go, Stan moving forward, spraying them down, making them pay as they try to get into this A site. He's like, you know what? Why don't you go B?
Got this guy tucked in at Firebox. I don't know if Stanislaw knows he's there yet. Oh yeah, never mind.
Gotta.
That will burn you. And so bomb is down in the corner. Stewie able to actually get the one dig there on the Stanislaw. And now we have our... Yeah. This is actually stringing along a little bit further than I thought it would. Does some damage there as well on the Daps. There's some hope.
Oh! Sick one dig onto that player now. Rush did getting close. And figured that would be eventually the person to do the killing blow, but it got pretty dicey. As Stewie hit really 2 nice 1-digs on that round and planted the bomb. That's the biggest thing. Planted the bomb and killed 4 CTs. That actually ended up being very expensive for Optic Gaming. But even still, Cloud9. Oh, I guess did they force into that round? So even though they planted, can't really get a rifle.
Yeah, exactly.
But they'll try for it. They'll spread their money as thin as possible.
Wow. I kind of wonder about this one. I mean, I know they're well behind, but I almost kind of would rather just see them get a full comfortable buy right away. This one's a little bit dicey, but they still do pose a threat. I mean, they do have a decent amount of utility on a couple of players. They do have a couple of AKs. They're actually faking A with nothing right now. He's going in by himself. He's not really pulling a crazy rotation, though. There's still a player underpass and a player in the B bomb site for Optic. But yeah, they really haven't budged on this at all, surprisingly enough.
Will they check Daps? He's here, kind of the lone man on B. No, Rush is there on Catwalk, but Daps still comes away with 1 kill. And now it's Rush.
Oh no.
I'm really surprised he didn't find
he committed
at least 1
a lot
frag. Expected him to even grab 2. So Cloud9 able to get into the bomb site. Window has been smoked. Nap's already left the market, spotted Skadoodle, but likewise Skadoodle saw him. Doesn't matter, he can't win out. Skadoodle had no armor and a Tech 9, because of course he didn't want to ruin his chances at getting an op on the T side.
Man, look at this though. Optic still make the retake happen. I thought that they were kind of out of reach for the round. They got both entries at B. I mean, that did take 1 along with them, but still, you know, it was looking pretty good for Cloud9 there for a moment. But the bomb's going to get defused. Optic will be down up 13-5. Cloud9 put so much money into that round that they are in a situation where they have another force or save decision to make, just like they had last round. Thanks to the bomb plan, it's aided them a little bit in cash, but still certainly not ideal. And so this time around, they will elect just to kind of, you know, get a little bit, but don't go overboard.
Yeah, so Cloud9 always having a little bit of money put into the rounds, but trying pretty hard not to completely ruin their chance at a strong rifle round. Skadoodle's banking up some money. He didn't really go in for anything last round or this round, just 2 flashes coming out. Last round he had a Tech 9. They'll try it to be once more. This time it's checked. Rush throws the flash and it will catch Shroud in the face. Rush somehow. They pop flash him and check the corner and he still comes away with 1 kill. That's ridiculous. But once more into this B bomb site. And this time the second man there was not effective at all. Man on Cat died instantly. And now they're hitting their shots into the post plan. It's all nothing. 3 kills. Can he find any more?
Naf able to get 1, and we do have Stanislaw flanking in from the catwalk, so we gotta hope Cloud9 can actually hold on here. They do push Naf into market, so that pretty much seals the deal. Stanislaw will even be found out as well. So this time around, the BXQ pans out for Cloud9. They are gonna go ahead and put their 6th round on the board, but they still have a long road ahead of them, but they'll get aided in the fact that Optic are gonna have to take a save this round, so they'll kind of hopefully open them up for an easy 7th.
And I think an adjustment is going to need to be made over at B. They can't just keep putting someone in that corner and then hope they come away with a multi-kill round. We saw them in some earlier setups at least try to bait players into the traps, let them spot someone at the white van first, and then that person falls back, you tunnel vision them, and then the person in the corner can really strike. But on the last 2 rounds, it was someone there and someone on Cat.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess the Cat person's still trying to engage first through that window. But this time it was rendered extremely ineffective.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I guess maybe you just don't expect 2 heavy B executes in a row like that. But either way, they were certainly vulnerable to it, and they did pay the price. They are going to lose this round as well, it seems. Cloud9 already have a couple of kills, and they do have the bomb going down here in the B bomb site. Of course, there was really no investment here from Optic. Just a couple of P250s left in play now, or 3. And we'll see Optic buying up back in the next round, though, and that's where we'll really kind of see whether or not there's any credibility in this comeback. You know, I think if Cloud9 can prove it with another solid gun round win, then you have to start thinking to yourself, maybe, just maybe, they still have a chance. I think they need to gather themselves here. They don't want to let this one go. I mean, they've done well to work themselves into a big lead. They obviously need this map to stay in the tournament, so have to keep their composure.
I like the fact that they put Naf up on the double stack box as they try to get an exit kill, but he expects no one to be coming his way, so he peeks in for more information. Gets Op down, and Cloud9, they're like, we see a smoke over there. Let's not push through it. We know that Stan's there. He's shot an entire P250 mag at them. This is where it'll count. This is truly like the first rifle round of the half. Both teams.
Even now, though, Daps is kind of limited. He's only on a FAMAS. Rush, I didn't see him get anything. He's got a P250? Is that for real?
It looks pretty real.
I mean, he bought a lot of utility and a kit. I don't know. That's kind of odd. Wonder what he'll do with this utility, see if he can make it a value. I mean, he does play that B rotation spot a lot, so maybe he can kind of use it in a scenario to stop a B rush, but it's Cloud9 going for mid control again. Which they
could
already
have
have
or something for rush.
Yeah.
That is.
Yeah, I don't know. You have Stanazol pushing through past, so we'll get the information that no one's really at A. That allows Naf to go ahead and rotate back, but we have an equal exchange already taking place over towards B. Nothing bringing that bomb already inside the site here with Stewie 2K. Freak's on a huge flank right now in market. That can just break the round in itself.
Yeah, he's definitely in the round-winning position. He'll come out the window! Oh my goodness, it took him so many bullets to kill Shazam. That almost got really messy, but he still did. 2-on-2 now. Shrouded Nothing trying to hold on. Nothing comes away with the kill onto Naf, but then plants the bomb. Oh, for some reason, I got very confused. I thought Shroud was about to kill him. Like, wait a minute, that's a teammate. Now it's Stan, last one here over in the halls. Not aware that he's coming from here. Not expecting it. Shroud just jumped. I don't know if he spotted this or not. And well, now Stan's made some noise. So you can see both Shroud and Nothing looking straight up at him. The Molotov out, using his utility, try to get someone to peek, but no one will. And he gets out the window. Shroud to spot him. Now he comes off the platform and Nothing will spring the trap. Second kill in the round for Nothing.
Another B execute going in Cloud9's way, and obviously the first couple times they did this, it was kind of like broken buys or saved rounds from Optic. But this time it was a straight up gun round, and Cloud9 was still able to overpower the B bomb site in a big, big way.
All right, here you go. That's what Cloud9 needed to do. Well, too many syllables in that. Prove that they could actually take B going up against a full buy. And they did exactly that. And it's broken. Optic Gaming once more. Cloud9 over to A. See what's going on at this site. And, well, pretty much completely avoiding the stack. It was really mid-heavy. A lot of people for Optic Gaming over in that A connector. And it was avoided. Bomb's gone down 5-on-5. Optic Gaming, really no chance to retake. They'll set up a cordon and try to get any exit frags.
And so, I mean, Cloud9 are really starting to roll through on this terrace side. They're just a few rounds away from having a real shot still at bringing this one back over to their side. As this is going to put them at 9. Optic will be back to buying this next round, and I feel like they kind of need to win that one just to feel okay about this half because, I mean, it's really starting to kind of spiral out of control. It hasn't really hit a breaking point just yet, but it's only a few rounds away from Cloud9 tying this thing back up, and that would not be good for Optic, obviously. They'd be eliminated at that point if this kind of continues. So, you know, really liking to see Cloud9 getting a lot going here on their terrace side. Again, this is one of the maps where they, you know, have infamously had trouble closing games from the terrace side. And in this game, they didn't even have a big CT, so they needed their T side to actually carry them through the game. And they're you know, starting to put the pieces together now. They have a lot of money. They've won several rounds, so this is good stuff from them.
So Op now back on to Skadoodle. We'll take it over to A ramp. We're working on getting our cameraman back in, guys. Hopefully we can fire auto director ASAP. And they're set up for the trade. Cloud9 is over at Palace, and they won't even need to do it. Nothing will just move in and take down Stan. Skadoodle gonna get a little bit delayed because of the fire that's going down, but Nothing, Shroud, and Freak just gonna run out of Palace. Nothing's already gone down. Freak gonna, oh yeah, did grab Rush through that smoke. Good spray control, had the angle set already. Shroud got one as he ran out of Palace, and the round, again, going to Cloud9. They got Stewie 2K deposited in the connector, so Shroud will plant for Wedge. Stewie's in a perfect spot, and they know at least one player is over at CT.
Yeah, so I mean, this round's pretty much won as well. I mean, Optic are pretty much going to have to back off here pretty soon if they can't find a quick frag, because they don't really have much to work with to actually go for the retake here, and money is pretty limited. So yeah, Shazam goes ahead and backs off with that op, and Cloud9 will go ahead and push this thing to 10. I mean, Cloud9, they're not doing anything too special, but I would say their executes are pretty well coordinated. The smokes are well timed. They're pushing together as a unit. Most of their stuff has just been really heavy executes. You know, like that was a really heavy A. They've also had some really heavy B, but they've thrown in some mid control as well. So this looks like an infinitely better T side. I don't know what Irikaji could have done in such a short amount of time to help them out, but they do definitely look better than what I'm used to seeing them in these past, I would say, couple of months.
I imagine any input from a pro player and someone who might have coached before.
He was an in-game leader for like every team he played for, so yeah, I mean that's helpful.
As long as the players respect him, and it seems like maybe they do, because we're just seeing some good things here for Cloud9, making a comeback on the T side, which I mean, sounds crazy given the
oh yeah, definitely
recent analysis of Cloud9.
Yeah, Optic again on just pistols now, and Cloud9 just tearing through, not really having too much trouble here. Nafta's picked up one kill. That's going to be about it now. They're going to see Shroud pick up there, Naf in connector. So now it's a 3 versus 1. Bomb at middle. There is one player left of the season. It's going to be Dance on the catwalk here. He will step out and find death at the hands of Stewie 2K. And so it is getting ever closer at this point. Cloud9 on the brink of tying this thing up. Still so much money. Double op setup in effect for Optic. You can see they're starting to get a little bit desperate. They normally don't go to a double op very often. So you can definitely tell that they're feeling the pressure here. So they're going to go ahead and get Naf with that second op. And looks like they're going to put him with it over at the A-bomb side. Shazam will still be over here at middle. I mean, Stanislav can put a little bit more focus on mid, I guess, was kind of the objective here with getting Naf that op.
Yeah, this could get scary though, right? You go to this double up adjustment and maybe you still can't convert around. Then what do you do from there? Left scratching your heads. And of course broke because you've just bought double ops.
Very true.
Well, 5-on-5 for now. We've got, it was Shroud working his way into the connector, but he'll go down. Nothing is there to facilitate the trade. And Freakazoid been playing the ladder on both sides. CT side and T side doing a good job. He'll find Rush. Man advantage now for Cloud9. 4 on 3.
Yeah, Cloud9 has a couple of guys here still tucked in on the A ramp, including the bomb. They do have nothing set up inside the connector. Freakazoid and ladder room, the cutoff rotates, a very powerful position to have when you're going for an A hit. You could really just disrupt any type of, inkling of a movement from Daps to head over towards A to help things along. But that seems aware of it, but doesn't matter. Freakazoid kills him anyway, so this puts even more weight on the shoulders of Shazam and Naf to make a play because they're just alone against 4 Cloud9 members who are moving into the A site. The bomb's actually slipping to B, funny enough, so this is actually a fake. But it doesn't matter, they're getting all the kills anyway, right?
Freakazoid knew that he killed the B rotator, so B site was clear.
Yep.
It was implied at that point. So they kind of continue to push forward on A and don't run into much resistance there either. They end up getting all the kills. Bomb doesn't even need to go down.
Skadoodle's nice name is Noodles? What?
What do you mean? Skadoodle's Noodle. His op is
Noodle. Oh,
yeah.
That makes sense. That's true.
I'll forgive you.
Raise your skadonglers.
As we've got one round separating them in Cloud9, unless something crazy happens, shouldn't be losing on a round like this. Optic Gaming with some more expensive pistols and a couple flashes. Shroud will find the first kill already onto Stan, who was trying to push underpass, but Shroud took him down. Dewey to find Daps, and yeah, a hard round here for Optic Gaming. And Cloud9 with all the momentum. They've got 7 rounds in a row. This will be 8 rounds in a row for Cloud9's T side on Mirage. What a difference.
Oh yeah, I mean I wouldn't say it looks like a completely different team because they certainly are still a little bit more aggressive. But their play is still a lot more structured, I feel, than it used to be. Like they seem to have a clear default mid control that has worked for them, and then they've been able to, once they have that established, then they can start working in these heavier executes, and pretty much everything they've done has worked. So they haven't really hit any walls or any roadblocks along the way. It's been smooth as butter here for Cloud9. They're about to tie this game up, 13-13. And now Optic, they need to be really concerned because this is the map that they thought they had locked. And I mean, when you looked at the first half and you looked at Cloud9's history on this map, you're thinking, yeah, Optic pretty much had this one in the bag, but Cloud9's completely blown up that expectation, which of course many expectations have been blown throughout this tournament, to be honest.
Yes.
Yeah,
with
so
Brazil
many.
watching from the sidelines.
Already in just the quarterfinals. Yeah, that is insane. I mean, I thought we might see a Brazilian final. I think a lot of people thought that was a huge possibility.
I was
but...
hoping for it. That would have been a sick match. Well,
Yeah,
or not, apparently.
Yeah, I mean, those two teams actually have never played against each other officially with their new fives, so that would have been cool to see.
They just did that 10-man where they mixed the teams.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. And then they played in the RGN Pro Series. That was back when Taco and FNX were still playing on what was then Games Academy. So, yeah, they've never played just a straight-up official match. So that would have been cool to see. But regardless, it's also cool to see a team like Selfless, who people thought were going to fall off after losing Kusta, still look strong.
Nifty.
Nifty's filled the shoes really well, and they just look good as a unit. Relics has really stepped up on that team, I think. And then TSM getting Renegades, that was also kind of impressive. So, yeah, it's been a crazy tournament. Nonetheless, though, Optic are back onto a football. They got the auto sniper now, so they're really digging deep, but he gets killed right away. Oh, no. Now Upper B is going to be heavily attacked. There's only one player left in the air. That's going to be Shazam. He's got the op here. He does hit his first shot. That is the bomb temporarily down. And now Rush Time's in too. This is looking really good now for Optic. Right here at the end, they're finally getting something going.
Doodle hit there. It looked like that shot might have connected. He's down to 47. He knows exactly where Shazam is. Unfortunately, the Molotov wasn't good enough. Lots rush back there. Almost gets a 2 for 1. Then Shazam into the fire. Skadoodle coming away with another frag. Getting a little bit messy. There's Stan, though. He mops up the mess. In Isle B. Optic Gaming. They lost 8 in a row, but okay.
Not a moment too soon,
the auto
right?
Sniper that made the difference, but they will find that round. Shazam with some nice shots over it at B.
I mean, that couldn't have come at a better time. The problem is, look at that money for Optic. If they lose this round, Cloud9 pretty much waltzes in the map point, and probably actually a victory. So this round's really kind of for all the marbles, I feel like, based on what we've been seeing and thinking about the money situation. So Optic need to be real careful. Yes, they're only one round away from map point themselves, but we've seen how good Cloud9 has been. They finally weathered the storm last round, but they got to do it again, or they're going to be in a really bad way.
I mean, the trend of the series has been Optic to win a round and then get reset.
And Cloud9 has so much money, they're never going to hurt for cash for the rest of this game. So, I mean, the pressure really is on Optic at this point, despite having the lead. We are going to see Cloud9 going for what looks to be a pretty heavy A execute.
Shazam's got that angle. Stewie wants to peek it and will dodge the bullet, quite literally. He slides over to the other side, gets that Molotov out under shadow, making sure it's clear. Won't have to check it down. This full-on execute. Look at all these nades.
So many nades.
Gone out. All those trajectories. And here's Freak to bring down Stan. Shazam's still watching this cross. Now smoked off. Can kind of have eyes on Palace, but then gets flashed. Bombs going down, and no one else for Cloud9 is even moving up. Rush will take down nothing, but bombs to be planted. Skadoodle's got one more, and now it's a 3-on-3. Cloud9 off the decent post-plant positions. I thought,
what is
Stewie doing?
I thought he was going to go for the long con. He realized he didn't have the time to do it because he thought maybe he might be able to move all the way around, which would have been a cool play, but Optic's already pressuring the site way too heavily for that type of business. Shroud does get one kill, but now it's going to be all up to Stewie, who is inside a ramp, and he's going to get taken out by Rush. The bomb will just be defused, and Optic, they just barely scrape together that round, but they still get it is what matters most. It's now 15-13, and all that work Cloud9 has done, it may be all for naught, as Optic have finally turned it on here at the end.
So I looked at the minimap, and I just see Stewie's dot, like, it looked like a leaf in a pond, just kind of moving back and forth.
It's a cool idea, but it just didn't have the time for it.
Yeah, I thought he maybe should have just kept his position in Palace. It was still a strong post-plant position from there. But either way, can't get it done.
I feel like you
drop around.
I feel like you have better peeking opportunity from A-Ramp than Palace.
Yeah, but there was already a man at A-Ramp and one at Tetris.
Yeah,
and the man at Tetris needed some extra cover, and I think Palace could have provided it either way. They dropped a 3-on-3 post-plant situation, and now that's put Optic Gaming not reset, but at match point, and more or less fully funded.
Yeah, they look really good right now. Shroud, though, picking up a kill on Shazam at the corner of that smoke, but there was a brief gap. We are going to see another exchange, but nothing gets it right back. So it's a 4-on-3 for Cloud9. They're looking to fight for overtime here, and I wouldn't count them out of it based on how we've seen this half move along. As Freakus will catch Rush rotating, and now they have the advantage. They have a 3 versus 2, and they're going to get into this A-bomb site.
Naf is being pushed out of CT. Another post-plant attempt here for Cloud9 on this A site. Bomb's not even gone down yet. And I hear a smoke being bloomed, and I think that's the cover they were waiting for to plant. 2 people up behind triple. Daps is going to miss them both, actually, as he jumps over to the other side of connector. Will spot Gadoodle. Just move back into Firebox, but no utility on Optic to do anything about it. Oh no, they actually have found a Molotov, and Daps takes down Skadoodle, so they won't even need it for that Firebox. Nothing's hopped over to CT. They have a long crossfire with Freakazoid at A ramp. And he's just going to take his time. He'll let Daps come to him. Daps will win out. He is in critical HP now. 23 and nothing, just knife out. Extra mobility. Fire's gone down. He'll peek through the flames. And he does take down Daps. Cloud9 within 1. Where's the money for Optic Gaming?
It's certainly in a terrible position. That's the problem. Like, yes, they finally started winning rounds there at the end to get them to map point, but they were such close rounds. Like, each round they only had 2 surviving members, so a lot of rebuying happened to go on. And, of course, their money was really low to begin with, so, yeah, they are in panic mode at this point. This game very well could be going to overtime now. What a story from Cloud9, a team that has repeatedly struggled on the T side, specifically this map being one of the biggest examples of that. And then they come out today after only getting 5 on the CT side, and who would have thunk it? They've possibly been able to get 10 T rounds on Mirage to put this thing in the overtime. That would be incredible.
Well, I like Rush's spot here up in window. Thought Freakazoid playing this a bit on his CT side as well. And we've got a rotation coming over already. It's going to be Shazam going into B. Rush has been spotted. He's fully blind. Freakazoid trying to win out here again. He's used so many bullets. Has to pull out the Tech 9, and there's Daps able to come in and get the trade. Albeit very, very sloppy trade. And that's not really the name of the game on the CT side. So Cloud9 in a good spot. Stewie getting an opener into B. Will Shazam go unchecked? Nothing. Shirley's got to have spotted him. No, the bomb is going to go down up on the porch. Gadoodle's still up there so he can grab it. And at this point, Cloud9 got enough time to just manage the clock. Try not to die here. The round should be theirs, but crazier things have happened. One's going to go out the window. Naf making his approach towards the bench side. He actually stops the plant. Stewie with 1 more kill. On a reload, he's going to go down to Naf, and now it's Skadoodle versus Naf. Time for Skadoodle to put some work in on this round. He hasn't killed anybody, and that's not instilling hope. This is that shot. Naf on 16 HP and a bit of a flick over. Skadoodle will find it. That's 15-15. We going to OT.
Did not see that coming. I will be 100% honest. I thought Optic would be the clear favorite to win this map. It started out that way, but Cloud9 bring it right back in, having one of the biggest T sides I've seen this team have since it was put together, with Stewie 2K coming in for Sean, and certainly the best T side Mirage we've seen. And I do want to point this out. I think this is the most frags I've seen in a while from Freakazoid in the game in regulation. 27 really did good for them here on this T side Mirage. Outside of that, though, their frag distribution is pretty close between the other 4 players. So, I mean, they really are kind of firing on all cylinders. And when you look across the way over at Optic, it's not as if anyone's fragging super poorly. Maybe Rush has been a little bit underwhelming, but it hasn't really been frags. It's actually really been just both teams on their terror sides being able to implement some cool tactics and put themselves in better positions than their opponent. It has been kind of a more strategically based game rather than one of crazy individual effort.
Freakazoid double checking the rules of OT, and we'll recap it for you guys. It is MR3 10K.
Yep. So 19 the golden number. To win this, an 18-18 split would lead to a second OT. Again, Optic need to win this map, otherwise they will be eliminated from the tournament, and Cloud9 only had the 2-0 series. However, if Optic can pull it out, we will see a third map on Train to see who will be moving on to the semifinals to play against, I believe, CLG. No, this is to play against South.
No, no one's in the finals yet.
Semifinals, I said.
Oh, sorry, I didn't hear semi. I
believe it's
semi listening.
Would be selfless on this end of the bracket.
All right, they had a lot of money to spend. No one's gone in for the double ops. As we did see Optic try double op, then op and Scar 20. It'll just be Shazam with his, and he was looking a little bit better. Did find them that one round in B that got him to match point. Unfortunately, they couldn't close it out, so here we are. Skadoodle smoke into the window, Shroud coming underpass, and both teams are vying heavily here for mid control, but it's Skadoodle to get the first shot onto Rush, and then nothing taking stand out of the connector, and now it's 5-on-3. Cloud9 in a great spot this round.
Absolutely. Again, using some good smokes there in window and such, and well timed. And again, this mid control from Cloud9, it's been so good. Optics was also quite good, but Cloud9 just a little bit better here, at least for now. It's a 4-on-2 bomb making its way into B, which is being cleared out by Shroud right now. Does spot Shazam in the market, so he's aware that the rotate's already set in, and that's going to actually get the cat before the bomb makes it through upper B. So both players are already in position, so this actually could get a little bit dicey for Cloud9. They didn't really get here quick enough with the bomb. They may even bail out of this. They couldn't go underpass to A. Freaks is clearing middle. Oh, he hears that rotation in the window, so he's going to tell him, yeah, just go ahead and go B.
I was getting nervous. Cloud9 looked like they had a little bit of doubt. Like, what are we doing? They're not quite going into this site, as you mentioned. Shazam and, was it Naf that was up? Did get into some pretty good spots, but Freakazoid, you know, they slow it down, and he's got a great read on that rotation. Brings down the person in window. He's been so good from that spot on both CT and T side. He really has been the player of the match here for Cloud9, and it looks like he'll break down Shazam as well.
And that's really good to see, because while like Shroud and Skadoodle throughout this entire period of Cloud9 has been pretty stable in most of the games I've seen, Freak really has been kind of hit or miss, but he's about to drop 30 kills this game, so he has been really, really on point. And so that, along with them just looking more structured on the T side, I think are the two biggest contributing factors as to why Cloud9 might pull this one out and eliminate Optic if this keeps up, as they are going to this time set up a lot heavier towards A. They'll actually put Stewie at mid with an op in favor of Skadoodle actually having an AK and being at A. Wow. Not something you see often.
Nap playing super close here with Stan, and they're just putting him in the blender. Seeing how it tastes. Tastes like victory dust.
It does. It does blend.
There's Stewie 2K. $, and 0Ks.
That's actually the first time I've seen Optic this entire game, regulation and OT, actually just sit there and play so aggressive on the A ramp. So they seem to have a pretty good read. You know, they knew that they had an op out mid, but that player in window didn't spot anything else mid, so it allowed the A players to kind of know what was going on, be able to get up close on A ramp. Again, for the first time this game, so it really caught Cloud9 off guard, and it was a really just super heavy counter that definitely paid off, and now we're square again at 16 all. Double op in effect for Optic now as well. It's going to be Stanislaw this time with the second one rather than Nav. Shazam actually pushing Cat with his, so getting a new position as opposed to window where he's normally been.
Smoked off again at A ramp. This time they're going to wait. Got Naf over on the stairs making a bunch of noise. He got smoked off at the connector.
Oh, he went way down there for that.
Yeah. And going way out of Palace to find that opening kill. And now Naf will stop Stewie. So Optic Gaming on the CT side, at least in OT, looking real good. Skadoodle taking some nade damage. And now some fire damage. Shroud. It's really up to Shroud at this point.
Exactly. He's almost has to find a kill over here. That's going to play it really passive, though. There's the pop flash. Shroud hears it, so he knows that will come out, so he's going to peek for it. That actually doesn't go out, though. Mind games aplenty here, and Dats will peek late and find the frag, so now Cloud9 just with 2 members left. They really don't have any headway towards anything in this round, so Optic may have just done it here, get to 17. Of course, their T-side was just as good as Cloud9's in regulation, so maybe with that slide edge and getting an extra CT round, that may be enough to put him through.
Yeah, that's when you really got to wonder, right? Like, it was Cloud9 who were actually, at the end of the day, way weaker on their CT side. This could mean a lot for Optic Gaming. It's all up to Freak right now. He's been quite the player on this match, but asking that, what was that? Going to be a 1 versus 5? It's a little too much to ask, even if it's the MVP of your team on this map. True.
So 17-16 game here. Again, both teams had a lot of success success on
Whoa!
T's side. Yeah, a little
What do you
Freudian
know?
slip
What
there.
have you heard, Dust?
Yeah, man. Sorry about that. I can't speak sometimes. Or maybe I can, and that was just a subliminal message, but...
Some more Freudian slips. I guess that wouldn't really be Freudian, but whatever.
Yeah, it wasn't any kind of weird Oedipus thing, but... East side, of course, has been brilliant for both, is the point I was trying to get to. And with that, again, Optic could have the slight edge due to their CT side kind of coming through here in overtime. As they just need 2 to win. Cloud9 has to win out the half to win, or we would see a second overtime in any other scenario. And again, Optic need this map to move to train. Cloud9 would just win the series. Let's see what's going to happen here.
What will Cloud9 do? I wanted to look back. I guess the stream had it up. I didn't take a chance to look at it. Exactly how their CT side did look, because they did only get 5 rounds, which would, in 3 rounds, would equate to them getting 1 and Optic Gaming getting 2. Seems like Optic Gaming might be in a good spot, but it has been a while. They've got to go at it from the T side. And the double ops right away. Shroud and Skadoodle. He's taking one. Skadoodle, a quick pick out the window with his noodle, and Shroud hits the shot onto Daps. That was over at B.
Big kill to get, as it is a double op setup here for Cloud9, with Shroud having the second one. Of course, he was the one getting the opening kill. Again, this is a bit different. It was usually Stewie2K with the second op for Cloud9 when we saw it earlier. So both teams trying to pull out some new tricks to catch their opponent off guard here in overtime, which is when teams usually do kind of twist things up to try to win the mind games, as we are going to have Optic a man down really early. They did get rushed in the connector pretty fast. Maybe Cloud9 didn't expect him to be here so quick. So we actually could catch this guy crossing stairs for free. Oh, but nothing catches on to it, and he's able to get the kill on the Rush before Rush can respond. And that's another big kill to get for Cloud9. They're setting us up very well to tie this thing right back up. Sandsal does get 1 kill to make it a bit better. They're getting into A, but Cloud9 still in pretty good positions.
How can Nap clear out CT? He's going to spot 2 of them, nearly coming away with them both, but it is ultimately Stewie who will put him down on the ground with a headshot. And here's Shazam on the site, and nothing coming up that connector saying, surprise.
I mean, that exchange in CT spawn kind of got me on the edge of my seat there for a second. I was wondering if he was going to get that second kill. If he could have, maybe Optic come up with that, but he did not. So Cloud9 do tie this thing up at 17-17. This game is so tense, man. It's getting good. Popcorn is out. Lawn chair has been expanded. And we are in for a ride, it appears, as we are going to have Optic just on 5 AKs now, looking to get mid-control once again. Aggressive maneuver from Freakazoid here. Underpass. Rush does spot it.
Yeah, like they'll put the smoke at that fallback. That'll let you look at mid a little bit. But there's a smoke down here too, and he'll hear Shazam, who just started loading through that smoke, expecting maybe Freakazoid to be on a fallback. And it's nothing who will come away with that kill here in middle, and Shazam just wanted to kind of try to chase that, but gets flashed so hard. Nothing's able to fall back, and Cloud9 now on the defense with the man advantage. Freak's pretty low, but he's still alive and can play accordingly. Shroud with that op again at the upper B tunnels.
So unfortunate for Shazam. If he could have actually got that kill connector, that could have opened up something for him, but they're still just locked out of everything at this point. They're going to try to go for a B split up cat, it appears, but Shroud does have that op posted upper B. He's just waiting for this player to cross, and Freak does catch Shazam. Oh, through the wall headshot from Shroud. Oh, that's so painful for Optic for that to land. What do they do now, Joey? Oh, no.
Well, it's OT, and even on the T side, losing 2 rounds in a row can still put quite a hurting on your economies. So they might even want to think about somehow preserving these guns. But with so many members up for Cloud9, they could just keep on chasing. So moving in forward and I guess dying before time is going to be the better play. Rush will be taken down. Shroud, 2 op kills for him. Skadoodle with 1. What can Optic Gaming do? Money's going to be tight, and they will have less utility to work with. In fact, really none unless they go for Tech 9s. And it's usually that utility that you're going to need to get past the ops, and maybe realizing that Stewie's like, yo, Call me Stewie
Triple
3
up.
ops.
Oh my. I wonder if that third op's actually going to come back to burn them, because with Optic, with less utility, you think they're just going to make a more aggressive play, which is exactly what it appears is going to be. Looks like they're just going to storm out A with the late mid lurk, and so they actually could run into some trouble not really having the rifles they need for retaking, but it may not matter if they can't get the initial execute off. Su2k opens up with two op frags right there. Nothing coming in with one as well, and this is all over. Cloud9, unless Daps has a miracle, they're going to do it. They're going to prove their worth on the terrorist side to get this thing in the OT, and then they're going to close here and now, it appears, to move on to the semifinals against Selfless. What a run from Cloud9, man. This has been one of their more impressive games, actually.
Yeah, it was good. Showing a bit more diversity for their CT side and their T side, able to get it done on both. And then when they had the money, they weren't kind of getting reset up. You get into OT, and they close it out pretty cleanly. Yeah. Triple ops is a bit of a gamble, but hey, the way that Stewie was using it in that last round, and nothing was hitting some shots even faster than Stewie was.
I mean, what does Daps even do? What is he? I mean, what's going through your head? I mean,
Daps wins these dusts. That's what he does. He doesn't. I mean, there's nothing he can do. It's over, and that's it. 1917, Cloud9, they take Mirage. We thought they had Cash, and we thought they had Train. Mirage was the wild card, but they proved themselves here, and they will put the wrecking ball through the green wall. Optic Gaming are out.
Yeah, this series was. I mean, glad you got one in before we were done. You got one green wall reference in.
Always got to get at least one.
Yeah, you got. I didn't actually do one at all. I'm actually proud of myself for not doing that, because usually I always fall prey to the shenanigans. But yeah, man, what a series from Cloud9. We thought Cash was going to be a hotly contested map. It's a map both teams are very comfortable with and usually put up good results on, respectively. But Cloud9 just tore through that map. There's really not even much to say there. It was just a landslide victory. And then we came on to Mirage, a map that historically Cloud9 has really struggled with. Even with older lineups. With this lineup, they've had some good CT sides, but their T sides were kind of iffy. This game, their CT side folded in regulation, but they came up with a big terrorist side. And they got into overtime, and they're able to close out the game because of it. So, again, it's a brilliant effort from Cloud9. Optic, tough ride for them. They just got blown away on Cash. They were pretty impressive in regulation on their own terror side here on Mirage, but it just wasn't enough in the end. So they will walk home early, and that means that Cloud9 will move on to a semifinals matchup where they're guaranteed some money. And they're going to be up against Selfless on that end of the bracket to see who will make the finals. And we're going to take maybe a slight break here. And then when we come back, we're actually going to have Liquid taking on TSM to determine who will play against CLG in the other semifinal tomorrow. So yeah, folks, stay tuned. We still have a lot of action going on, as we also have a giveaway going on. Joey, why don't you tell them about it?
Yes, we do have the giveaway. If you would like to hashtag free swag in the chat, Nightbot will tell you all about that, and you can see all the swag that you could get. You could be the real winner here today. One of these teams is going to take home a lot of money, but you could take home a lot of free swag, and that's going to be awesome. You can see the URL there, or you can click on it in chat when Nightbot spams it out.